I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully. Very woefully. And they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere. From everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You can't. Not in you cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. Not in you cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. you will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy.
Understanding this,
that at the end,
the nation of
every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
Is the code. I want to thank you today that we are making progress.
Biafrans, those online, Ndi Igbo say, it is good when you go front. After going front, you hold brake. You hold brake, with your heel. You gotta go. Before you move. We are making mighty history, and the mighty history is what we are making for you to understand how Biafra has been programmed and how Biafran struggle is moving. That is what we are into now. You see the state of the nation this night. And this state of the nation is because the vote of bringing Biafran military out has been passed in front of international medias. In front of international medias. That's why you see this state of the nation this night. And here you hear our leader when he say, you will go to this war with nothing, but you will watch spectacularly how we are going to win. And here another, this thing is just like the state of the nation of this night. This state of the nation this night. See it before. when it happened because the Biafran movement has been programmed. When PM used to say that we are working on templates, it has been programmed. It has been programmed. It is a template. And here it again, we want to refresh memories for you to know because a lot of people who has been attacking PM in this time have repented. So many of them are not paying attention when this message has been going on. And that's why we want to repair it again because a lot are repenting. We go.
We are making progress, and we are indeed making progress. The reason I have come this evening is to inform Biafrans that nothing, absolutely nothing have changed. Absolutely nothing have changed. The court have ordered the release, of course, unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, our leader. And since the order was given till today, the 16th day of October 2022, the terrorist government of Nigeria is yet to free and release him. And so the time we gave them to release him elapsed and end today. Biafrans are going to speak in a language they will not understand. I want you to understand that we are fighting for our freedom and we are going to fight anyhow. Anyhow,
And that's
I
all.
will tell anything that we have. We were also told that they are going to let our leader go. We are not agitating for the freedom of our leader on credit. We've made it very clear from the day one, what we are doing is cash and carry. Money for hand, back for...
Biafrans, my lovely people, do you know what is happening now? What Biafrans are going to fight now is what they call Ogwejiofo. We used to have that name. We used to have that parable as a name, Ogo Ejiofo. When you are fighting for something that belongs to you, Ogo Ejiofo, that is what is happening. And the time being given to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has collapsed. They refuse to free him and they let him go. Before you see Woto Woto and the Woto Woto promise till this time, all these are chains of history that has been happening. Chains of history. It has been happening and it has been recorded. Everything is recorded. No international ICC can come to our prime minister because all this thing is recorded. That is exactly what is happening. Everybody have seen when Dati, the second man of P2B, and the Fulani government, when they are calling for the arrest of Simon Eba, it doesn't work because of Gwejiofo That is what we are fighting. But we will keep on, mobilizing our people. If you want to come, okay, yeah, we will keep on mobilizing our people. And that is what we are doing. That we must go on to make sure that our people knows exactly where we are. The vote we are passing, international communities is aware that the Biafrans are voting electronically, which they themselves are observing, seeing how Biafrans are voting for their own freedom. Biafra will be digital. Digital. Everything. Simon, what we saw yesterday made me to come back after the state of the nation. Digital. The kind of mechanism Biafran government in exile has. Mechanism. Really. They say that in Biafra, Africa died. And the restoration of Biafra and the resurrection of Biafra is the resurrection of Africa. We see, we believe. We saw, we believe. We are telling you this world is going into digital. Biafra has been digitalized. Everything that we make up Biafra has been set up. You see the state of the nation and you will see what is going to happen from 2 weeks' time. We don't speak like this before because to now we are speaking on what we see and what we have heard and what we know. God has blessed Biafran people. Let us be using this video to be riding small. Because
we are not interested in speeches. We are not interested in articles. What we are interested is until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out as a free man. So long as the Nigeria state have not respected their own court, have not respected their own decision,
Sammy, thank
we
you.
are not changing anything. So for this reason, tomorrow still there will be sit at home in entire Biafra land. The Monday sit at home has not been cancelled. The Monday sit at home will be increased in the volume and the compliance.
The strategy of sit at home. The strategy of sit at home. You are seeing the strategy of sit at home when those people who is fighting our PM are castigating. They also went through inside the marketplaces ringing bell that there won't be that sit at home must be cancelled. Ejiofor went to channel television. Benjamin Madubugu, he went to a meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of them. But today, you see the result of sit at home, that Nigeria at large and the whole world is suffering over it because they said that the children of God will not live. The children of God will not live. We are bringing you this history, repeating this history for you to know the advantages of the templates we've been following since then. So we have to go until we get tired.
And of course, as the ultimatum given have ended today, they will hear from us. I want to use this opportunity to tell every Biafran, especially.
Mazawadiala, thank you. Thank you. We are refreshing the minds of our people.
Those who are part of this movement, what we are doing, to be very, very vigilant. We have entered a very dangerous stage of this agitation and the liberation of Biafra. We want all of you to be alive. We want all of you to see Biafra next year. Your movement and activities from now matters a lot. Watch your environment. Pay attention to your environment. Watch your movement. And trust nobody.
You know why we are repeating this thing? This state of the nation you see today, and the more bees are on the bush. They are coming out, according to our PM. Stay quiet. Our PM cannot come again to be making broadcast. And the message has been recorded miraculously, and that's why we are bringing it back. Bringing it back so that onye went yano asasi gị tete asị gị rara everybody get it, because this message has been there. We've been following template to Biafra. Be careful.
Inasmuch as I ask you today to trust nobody, you must all have trust with those who work very closely with you. That Biafra is indeed coming in 2023, and the Biafra is already here. I want you to understand there is nothing in this life that is going to stop the restoration of Biafra in 2023.
Emenike Chibo, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Emenike Chibo. Some people who criticize the coming of Biafra in 2023. Biafra has been restored 2023. Biafra in exile, starting from Ivory Coast, where Ojukwu landed. When he ran, he said, "He who fights and run away, live to fight another day." Then he moved to get prepared. Then Philip Effion says, if you refuse and if you fail to treat these people good in this country, their children will stand up one day. And the PM said it here. Their children will stand up. And starting there, 2023, Biafra has been restored. 40 states of Biafra was restored. On this December, Biafra will be declared. And today's news says that everybody should be praying for Gowon not to die. Everybody must know what it means. For Gowon not to die. He will use his eye to see that Biafra he fought against. They will continue.
2023. And at the same time, we have entered a very, very delicate time. And that is why it is very important that you are going to be very, very security conscious. The Nigeria terrorist state are doing everything to crush Biafra. And we are not saying that it is a surprise to us. We are not saying that we are not aware of that. It is part of the game. Do not give yourself very easily and very cheap to the enemies. Always listen to instructions. If you feel that your telephone number has been compromised, I order you this evening to change your number with immediate effect. Those of you that your telephone numbers has been compromised, and your telephone number is in the hand of those who are ready to do anything to betray Biafra, claiming that over their dead body will Simon Ekpa, according to them, bring Biafra. For this reason, they have chosen to give your information away to the enemies. Because to you, it does not matter in everything to crush Biafra. And we are not saying that it is a surprise to us. We are not saying that we are not aware of that. It is part of the game. Do not give yourself very easily and very cheap to the enemies. Always listen to instructions. If you feel that your telephone number has been compromised,
Occupy us. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are dealing on the history. We base on historical facts so that whatever that will happen, we will bring facts and figure. Anybody, they say, know your right. They say, know your right. Chief Emma Ibekwem, thank you for joining. Non-poly Momo. Can this idiot bring Biafra? Somebody that's lying. Yes, you don't even have name. You don't have name, no need of even responding to you. Go and ask yourself if your generation, your own papa, can bring Biafra. But someone else is bringing Biafra. You know, the only fool in this place today. You are the people who said that instead Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra, you will die. Go and search for the nearest rope and hang yourself because Biafra has come. Then we continue.
I order you this evening to change your number with immediate effect. Those of you that your telephone numbers has been compromised, and your telephone number is in the hand of those who are ready to do anything to betray Biafra, claiming that over their dead body will Simon Ekpa, according to them, bring Biafra.
It is good for one to have challenge. These are the things we are keeping on record. The people who says that instead Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra, it is over their dead body Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra. And Simon Ekpa has taken it upon himself to bring Biafra. Biafran government in exile is doing every other thing. And they say over their dead body. And those people who say over their dead body, you know their condition today. And they are on oath. Those who betray this struggle, go and apologize because a lot of people are apologizing. A lot who knew the work this man is doing, they have come back and they begin to apologize over their dead body. And the Biafra has come. It's not a new thing.
For this reason, they have chosen to give your information away to the enemies. Because to you, it does not matter. To you, you have decided that the work and the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never be allowed to disappear and destroyed by the betrayers of this movement. So this evening, if what I am saying touches you and you feel that this message may be directed to you today, and you feel your number has been compromised, and that those people that you are suspecting of giving information to the Nigeria state just to crush whatever the part you are playing for Biafra to come next year, have given information to the state to track you and abduct you and kidnap you and kill you, you better from tonight deactivate your number. We want you to be part of those that will see Biafra in 2023. We know they are going to kill us. We are going to kill them too, for self-defense. And at the end, Biafra will come. But do not give yourself very cheap to the enemies. Do not, out of ignorance that nothing will happen, they are not going to do me anything, give yourself very cheap to the enemies.
The reason we are repeating this message is for everybody to pick his own message from there. You pick your own message from there. This night, there has been State of the Nation, voted, Biafran have adopted Finland law. It has been voted and it has been adopted. And the state police has been voted and adopted. That is what we heard today. And he says, today's message, what is going to come from next week. Pick your own message from here and the Riado, Duomagodo, for what is coming. Our PM has no time for broadcast now. He doesn't even sleep. Sometimes he don't sleep 2 days, 3 days. That's why we are doing what we are doing.
Some of you are going to be in the hand of the enemy for just ignoring this particular advice I am giving to you today. And I pray that you will not be in the hand of the enemies. Now listen very, very attentively. If you know that your number has been compromised, change your number, deactivate your number, save those contacts that you know that you trusted, and those you feel that you want to continue to keep communication with. When you deactivate your number and get a new number, let those you trust be the only one that you communicate with your new number between now and February 2023. Very important. You need to take a very decisive decision. You need to take a very, very difficult step. The time has come you make a very difficult decision. For the next 140 days will be the most difficult days in the entire history of Biafra struggle. Must survive these 140 days at all costs. And those of you who the enemies are using to hunt your fellow Biafrans, to hunt your fellow agitators, the time has come that the spirit of Biafra possesses you. From tonight, as we end the ultimatum to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the court, the shenanigan court ordered, it is the time from tonight you become very, very security conscious. If you know that you are part of this particular movement and you have something to offer, adhere to this advice and this announcement I am giving this evening. We need you, and we need you like never before from tonight to the next 140 days. We are now counting the days, and of course, when some of them will be laughing and mocking at us, they will be mocking us that Biafra, they are laughing at us when we told them that Biafra is coming in 2023. They laugh at us. They say, Obi this, Obi that. I want you to understand.
Igbo people has parable. Igbo people has parable. And in Christianity, Yahweh Yeshua HaMashiach, he spoke parable in the public. And after speaking in parable in the public, his followers came home and they asked him, Master, why is it that you always speak to us in parable when we are out there? He said, it is because for those people that has eye, they will not see. Those that has ear, they will not hear. But this is the meaning of the parable which he spoke in the public. Today, there is a state of the nation. And he says, the bees has multiplied. I will search for it now to back this message up, that the bees has multiplied. And you know we are winning. You pick this message and make use of it because he has no time to repeat this message again. Our job is to repeat it, and our job is this one we are doing. We don't make our program for it to be comedy. No, we are bringing our message how it is, what we need to from our people. You see that Nigerian people are protesting against Tinubu. Igbo people are not protesting. Why? Their mindset has been prepared for whatever that is to come. Through sit at home, Igbo people has been aware of whatever that will happen in Nigeria. So that is what we are doing here now.
That you can never redeem, you can never salvage Nigeria. From tonight, as we end this ultimatum that we gave to the Fulani terrorist government, as we end this ultimatum that we gave to them tonight, I want you to understand that we need you. You are very, very important to this Biafra movement. Your contribution to this movement is now we need it more than ever before. I want to use this opportunity to thank parents and the Biafra youth that participated yesterday during the first ever Biafra Youth ESN fundraising. The world have seen that the Biafra youth are now
So, Biafrans, this message here is the tweet. Our PM says that the bees has multiplied. The bees has multiplied. And when we are here, we says that the bees of the air and the ants of the earth will come and fight for Biafra. And check this news here from PM. He says the bees has multiplied. When you watch the State of the Nation today, the vote being passed yesterday was because the bees has been multiplied. This is the news because so we continue.
and that is why it is very important that you watch around yourself. You watch those you have dealings with. And anytime you suspect anything, don't give it a
Thank
second
you.
thought. You make a decisive decision until you confirm whether that particular thing you suspect is real, truth, or not. We are not going to allow ignorance to make us lose anybody. And so this evening, I want to also thank the IPOB Autopilot media team. When I talk about media team, I talk about all of you that are on social media. Some of you have been blackmailed, accused, and some of you, they are still planning how to blackmail you. But I want you to understand that the blackmailing is part of this particular dirty freedom fighting. Some of you have now disagreement with your old friends. Some of you are no longer talking with your friends because of one blackmailing and propaganda. I want you to understand that it is part of this dirty freedom fighting. You need to develop and create a new file in your heart where you are going to be putting those whom you feel somehow have disappointed you as we continue the journey from today. Those of them that have betrayed you personally, but they are still having something to do with the majority of those in autopilot. Create a file in your heart and put them in that file and watch them with one eye, and let us move on from this evening for the next 140 days. Those of them and those of you that will also be disappointed by the activities of those that you looked up to, you must create a file in your heart. Put them in that file and watch them with your one eye as we sail through the next 140 days. These 140 days will be the most important days in your entire Biafra struggle. How you manage these days will determine whether your input for the past years you have been part of the Biafra struggle is for positive or for negative. It does not matter your contribution in the past. It does not matter what you have done in the past. If you did not hang on to run this race up to the next 140 days, every of your effort in the past will become a waste on your side. If you are committed before, for you to sustain this commitment, you need to have another extra 20% to add to what you have done in the past. I want to tell you this story. In this Biafra freedom in 2023, from this night, we are now in the last phase of the marathon race. The marathon race is not always those who started leading the race will win. It's not always those who started leading the race will end to the finishing line. Everything you see today happening is divine. And those who have programmed this particular struggle to be what it is today will see how the programmed autopilot is going to lead Biafra to freedom. Under the leadership and spiritual supervision of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you all to understand from today, our leader will continue to be the head of Biafra movement. Whether in his present, whether in his absent. And of course, we know when to take order from him and when not to take order from him. And everything we do today is for the best interest of Biafra and of course, for the best interest of his sacrifice. If anybody is telling you that Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will give up on Biafra, ignore them. Because they never know how prepared we are. Today, I can announce to Biafrans for the very first time that nations, countries, are now interested. We are now engaging countries that are interested in Biafra. And some of them have given their green light. It is going to shock many people because they will never believe. But I can assure you this evening, nations, countries are now interested. Because they never know how prepared we are. Today, I can announce to Biafrans for the very first time that nations, countries, are now interested.
My fellow Biafrans, what did you hear? And what was the message? Early this morning, we delivered message. We say what our eyes have seen. What our eyes have seen. We've been seeing it and we've been saying it here. And you know that this message is message of 2022. Nations, countries. Remember, any country that give you a license to open liaison office is supporting you. And our eyes have seen countries that is having meeting, Zoom meeting with our PM to give you Biafra. That's why nobody is talking. Tinubu went to Germany and they met the German Chancellor, asked the German Chancellor to help him arrest or stop PM. German Chancellor told Tinubu, stop wasting your time. Go and negotiate with Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic worldwide. Go and negotiate with him. And what did you hear him say? Nations, countries, politicians do speak in parable. Listen to it again.
Our leader will continue to be the head of Biafra movement. Whether in his present, whether in his absent. And of course, we know when to take order from him and when not to take order from him. And everything we do today is for the best interest of Biafra and of course, for the best interest of his sacrifice. If anybody is telling you that Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will give up on Biafra, ignore them. Because they never know how prepared we are. Today, I can announce to Biafrans for the very first time that nations, countries, are now interested. We are now engaging countries that are interested in Biafra. And some of them have given their green light. It is going to shock many people because they will never believe. But I can assure you this evening that countries are now engaging Biafrans. And this is the great.
Our Igbo people used to say, a bird that came on the street and began to dance, the drummer is inside the bush. Nwannụnụ gbapụtara n'ụzọ na-agba egwu, ihe na-akụrụ ya nkwa nọ n'ime ọfịa. Nations, countries, do you hear it, are supporting Biafra. And since a long time now, the international meetings, international journalists are rounding our PM. Post it, post it anywhere. And the Biafran government in exile are mechanisms. We are telling you and we are recording what we are sure. Emenike Chibo, thank you. Ugo Michael, thank you. Thank you for joining. There is another message I really want to play. There is another message I want to play for Biafrans, for them to know that we are not joking, so that people can be able to know that we are not joking. We are here to restore Biafra, and we are restoring Biafra historically, with the history, with the historical backup. That's how we are restoring Biafra, with the history. Let me check it and bring it to the notice of everyone. Then you will understand, if you can interpret very, very well the language of the politicians, then you will understand it. I just posted this thing here now.
Has moved from, an unorganized form of, whatsoever he's doing, to make it more organized. He has christened it Biafran government in exile. IPOB coming out through Ima Powerful to, distance itself from the group. Yes, many will say this is the right step to do, but of course, it doesn't really, it will not stop the group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent do you think this distancing or distancing by the IPOB would have on the group, and how serious do you think the Nigerian government should take the formation of the Biafran government in exile?
Yes, I think he's not going to be any powerful. It will not stop Simon Ekpa doing what he's doing, because I think he has gone quite very far now, and where he is at the moment now, I think he's not coming back. For Nigerian government, obviously to say, if we judge what we have seen for the past nearly 8 years now, they're not going to move. They're not going to move. They seems to have ear, but they don't listen, and they don't even hear. It's not about in terms of countering the Nigerian Biafran government in exile, but in terms of actually maybe addressing the yearnings, what is causing this agitation. Over the years, the President Muhammad Buhari-led administration has been ruling Nigeria in a lackadaisical manner, whereby they don't actually maybe tackle the government through Buhari or whatever is not quite that visible, because as a leader you have to be visible to the people, you have to communicate to the people by yourself, not just through prosy. Because sometimes you see the media aide Garba Shehu or Femi Adesina on a national television discussing about what is going on. It goes beyond the age, you know. As the leader who is voted in, you know, you need to be communicating and talking to Nigerians. So I don't think the likes of the APC-led administration is going to do anything, especially as they have less than 2 months to finish their government. It will be left for the incoming administration, His Excellency Bola Tinubu, if he's sworn in on 29th of May, because there is still issues in the election. Some people are saying he might not be sworn in. Some people are saying it is sacrosanct that he will be sworn in. But I think Nigerian government, you know, they're probably going to give a deaf ear to whatever that is going on the way they have been doing, because I think they have other issues they think maybe is more important to them, or they don't really care about Nigeria. Because if it is a government that really cares, a section, you know, or someone from the section, it's not the whole Southeast that is saying that they want to secede from Nigeria. There are politicians, the elites, you know, who are benefiting from the Nigerian government. They don't really give a damn, you know. It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the other people who are suffering from this administration that has bedeviled Nigeria over the years with independence, because nothing has really worked very well in this Nigeria. When independence came, you know, we inherited ill-prepared leaders, you know, who started messing up the country. There was rigging and issues the election. The military took over, and they continue to date, and it's even getting worse and worse. So it's something that we really have to do something about it, you know. So I don't think that the government is going to do anything.
So, Biafrans,
Simon Ekpa has moved from, you know, an unorganized form of, you know, whatever he's doing to make it more organized. Simon Ekpa has moved from, you know, an unorganized form of, you know, whatever he's doing to make it more organized.
when Nigerian government make this statement, you know, when we started the IPOB, they call us miscreant, jobless people, people that has no job and people that doesn't know anything. When you protest, they kill you. Today, Simon Ekpa came and he moved, repeating Nigerian news. He moved Nigeria from an unorganized group to become more organized, creating government in exile. I don't know if people get to understand this thing. Government dealing with a government, you can never go and arrest a president of a nation, a president of a country. You can't. Simon Ekpa, hear it from Nigerian media. He moved IPOB from nothing to something. That is what you are watching today. And that is why you see the bees has multiplied. The bees has multiplied. We say that the sea has a new challenge every now and then. The treasure is hidden in an open place. The treasure is hidden in an open place because the sea has a new challenge every day. Listen to Nigerian government. This is Nigerian government.
Simon Ekpa has moved from, you know, an unorganized form of, you know, whatever he's doing to make it more organized. He has christened it Biafran government in exile. IPOB coming out through Ima Powerful to, you know, distance itself from the group. Yes, many will say this is the right step to do, but of course, it doesn't really, it will not stop the group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent do you think this distancing or distancing by the IPOB would have on the group, and how serious do you think the Nigerian government should take the formation of the Biafran government in exile?
Yes, I think
Oh, Biafrans. Amy Sami, my big man, I greet you, I greet you, I greet you. Amy Sami, Nandiogo, I greet you. You see this video I put here? You see this video I put here? About it. You see LSOT and you see Gowon. Do you know when we know that LSOT will try to, he will work and he need the goodness of Igbo people? When LSOT won governorship election, he invited Gowon to come to Abia State to pray. Ebisami, I know you must know about this news. Then our PM told LSOT that Gowon is not allowed to enter Biafran land. That if Gowon enter Biafran land, the Biafran Liberation Army will invade Abia State. LSOT called Gowon and they cancelled the appointment. Then our PM says that Gowon that has fought Biafra has been defeated. LSOT. Hey, Emisami, we warned him not to come to Biafran land. Yes, Emisami, you are following this game very, very well. You know, that was the day Nigeria was defeated. The day Nigeria was defeated, that is the day LSUT invited Gowon to come and pray. And the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic worldwide told him that Gowon is not allowed to enter Biafran land. LSUT listened to our PM and he stopped Gowon from coming. That was when Gowon lose. That was the day Nigerian government lost the battle spiritually. Today, PM has appointed 5 people. Do you know what our ancestors is planning against Gowon, since Gowon went and motivated Tinubu to go and kill Biafrans, that he did it in his own time? Ndị mmadụ esinyego ite n'ọkụ. Gowon n'ihe na-eme. And the PM has idea of this thing. That's why he made this statement today. We are bringing this news, how we must bring it. He came today, he appointed 5 people. Your job is to be praying for Gowon not to die from 90 December. Because esinyere Gowon gbuo. That day, Gowon, LSOT told Gowon not to come. Gowon came and made a statement that he is no more, he has cancelled his trip to Abia State. This is the news here. We keep record because onye na-amara ebe mmiri si bido mmabe ya ada ama ebe ọ kwụsịrị ịma ya nọ. We keep record and we are trying to close the program today. It is more than 1 hour now. Let you understand that we have atụọrọ ọmarụ atụọrọ ofeke otinye isi ebe dị ya mma. The message we played here today is a message. Asị gị rara, asị gị tenye ebe asị gị tenye. That is the only thing. Because Simon Ekpa listened from them so that they won't say I put word into their mouth.
Simon Ekpa has moved from, an unorganized form of, whatsoever he's doing to make it more organized. He has christened it Biafran government in exile. IPOB coming out through Ima Powerful to, distance itself from the group. Yes, many will say this is the right step to do, but of course, it doesn't really, it will not stop the group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent? Right now, this is a more organized and formal group. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent do you think this distancing or distancing by the IPOB would have on the group? And how serious do you think the Nigerian government should take the formation of the Biafran government in exile? Serious do you think the Nigerian government should take the formation of the Biafran government in exile?
Yes, I think it's not gonna be any powerful. It will not stop Simon Ekpa doing what he's doing, because I think he has gone quite very far now. Will not stop Simon Ekpa doing what he's doing, because I think he has gone quite very far now, and where he is at the moment now, I think he's not coming back. Any powerful, it will not stop Simon Ekpa doing what he's doing, because I think he has gone quite very far now, and where he is at the moment now, I think he's not coming back. For Nigerian government, obviously to say, if we judge what we have seen for the past nearly 8 years now, they're not gonna move. They're not gonna move. They seems to have ear, but they don't listen, and they don't even hear.
Simon Ekpa has moved from, an unorganized form of, whatsoever he's doing to make it more organized. He has christened it Biafran government in exile. IPOB coming out through Ima Powerful to, distance itself from the group. Yes, many will say this is the right step to do, but of course, it doesn't really, it will not stop the group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent do you think?
Hey, Biafrans. Amy Sami said in the comment section, na nke atọ ya iche, nke a na-atọ gwogwo. Esi na ihe dị ụtọ ikwuo ihe ọ na-atọ ka ya. Ịghọtago na esi na ihe dị ụtọ ikwuo ihe ọ na-atọ ka ya. Amy Sami said here, na nke atọ ya gwogwo. Simon Ekpa has said that you cannot hold him. He has gone far. Ikuku. He has gone far. And you hear where we stop the program, that the international communities, government and countries has paid attention to Biafra. And you see those looters, the way they are living, you see Ajib, you see Shell, you see them, they are living. Where do you think they are going? Listen, osisi pụọ nnụnụ pụọ n'osisi nke obere oje bee na nke ọzọ. Are you understanding? If a bird flew from one tree, the bird is going to land in another tree. And what is our PM telling them? Our PM says, if you come out from Nigeria, come and negotiate with the Biafran government in exile and sign a legit contract. Are you understanding? And these are the things going on. I have my followers who believe what I am doing, who believe that I'm telling them the truth, and this truth is leading us up to today. You understand now? And that's why we are telling it the way it is here. We are abided with law, but we are broadcasters, telling people what they should know. The meaning of journalist is that a journalist has to come with a camera and the video to bring out the information to public. And that is what we are doing. And we are doing it. We are doing it with our faces, because we know that Simon Ekpa has. Now, we are closing with this one. We want to hear what Simon Ekpa did.
Simon Ekpa has moved from, an unorganized form of, whatsoever he's doing, to make it more organized. He has christened it Biafran government in exile. IPOB coming out through Ima Powerful to, distance itself from the group. Yes, many will say this is the right step to do, but of course, it doesn't really, it will not stop the group from taking action. Remember that right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What X is a more organized and formal group? Right now, this is a more organized and formal group. What extent do you think this distancing or distancing by the IPOB would have on the group? And how serious do you think the Nigerian government should take the formation of the Biafran government?
If they like, however they like, we have moved and we have left them behind. We say thank you, good night from here. So we call it a day. If you are new and are following us 555 Vision, turn on the notification button after you have subscribed. We are trying to be coming out every day. What we cannot assure is the time we will come. We love you all, and we are happy serving the winning part of this struggle. We love you all. Thank you, Emi Sami, Diana, Agundibe. Thank you for joining, and every other person that is here. We love you all, and with every joy in my heart, we say we love serving Biafra, because serving Biafra is the best thing one can do. Thank you, Emi Sami. Thank you for your time, brother. Good night.